Alright guys, welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris Unholy Jesus.
Welcome back, fam. Happy Tuesday.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Media Hijack, episode 192. Before we get started, if you guys want to get some official Media Hijack t-shirts, you can get these t-shirts that Chris is wearing at themediahijack.com. I have one too.
Twins.
We got a white one, we got a black one on the website. You guys can head over to themediahijack.com and grab you some official Media Hijack t-shirts. Also, if you guys want to cast a replay for this live Twitch video, we're live every Tuesday. You guys can join the chat on Twitch. We're live here every Tuesday or Saturday. Just follow our social media. But we're here, and then we repost this back on YouTube, and you guys can cast a replay on YouTube. Also, audio listeners, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Give us that 5-star frog splash. All right, let's get started.
Let's get it.
All right, episode 192. Main topic, or the first topic for the night. We're going to be talking about twin flames. Have you ever heard about this, Chris Unholy?
What's that?
Have you ever heard about the twin flames?
No, this is the first time I heard of it. I actually had to look this up. I didn't go too deep into it, but I looked it up just to get an understanding of it before I posted it, because I didn't want to post something I didn't know what I was talking about. So I was like, let me look it up for a second. I was like, oh, damn, this is deep.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised you didn't know about this, because this is all about it's like the spiritual realm and stuff. So I was like, because I thought we talked about the twin flames like maybe in like a previous podcast. Mm-hmm. But it's just one of those things where, I think we should touch up on again, since we're one of the podcasts where we actually do like repeated stories.
Right.
But I think every other podcast is doing the same thing, right?
Dude, like, especially like the long ones, like when you get like 100 some episodes and you've been listening since day one, you'd be like, didn't I talk about this like back in episode 32? But he's like, oh, well, maybe it's like bring it back up, because it might be new listeners coming in who probably don't. Because most of the time you hop on a podcast, ain't nobody trying to jump back to episode 1, especially if it's a long running podcast. Like, ain't nobody going back to listen to episode 1 of Joe Rogan.
Right. Bob says somebody looking pale. Who's looking pale? Is it me?
I work in the sun, bro. I don't know. If I'm pale, thank you. I've been working in the sun, man, and it's been like 116 out here.
Somebody looking pale. But she says, no, y'all never talked about that. Oh, me. Oh, I'm looking pale. Am I looking pale?
Oh, you look fine.
Damn. You're pale? Man, too many studio lights, maybe.
All right. I mean, maybe it's the shirt. Maybe it might be the shirt.
It's cool, because I thought I was getting a tan from being at work and stuff. I was like, oh. Yeah.
No, I think it might be the shirt, man. The shirt might be setting it off a little bit.
What? Oh, it might be too many lights.
Too many lights in a white shirt.
She's saying look like a ghost. That might be too much.
I think you look great. That's just my opinion. I think you look handsome. But
hey, thank you, man. Can I get a hug? Get that digital hug. Thank you. I do not want to look like a ghost, but damn, okay. We're using the same lights.
Stage lights.
But all right, so we're gonna be exploring the twin flames. So with twin flames, right? Have you guys ever felt like an instant or an intense connection with somebody like you ever met? Like you've known them forever, but you just met them? You ever had anything like that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like how was it?
I've met like just in my life, even when I went to the military, I've made friends. I was like, have we been cool in the previous life? Because we just met and here we are, just knocking out the park, man. We firing all cylinders. I think we're friends now, so let's keep this going. And then, actually, like with my wedding coming up, one of like the groomsmen, I'm speaking of one of them guys I met. I was like, are we homies like this? We just met like 5 minutes ago. Like sometimes it just be popping off, right, man? Sometimes somebody you might fall in love with eventually too. I mean, I've had moments like that. Just that connection is deep, and you just met. It's weird.
Yeah. It is weird. It could be anybody. Like, it doesn't have to be like a lover. It doesn't have to be like somebody you're romantically like in a relationship. Like, it could be like a friend, like a friend where you're like, oh shit, like damn, like like, you know, like if I feel like a connection with you, like I feel like I could say anything and everything like we're talking about. It's like you're talking to like your other half, and you guys are just making a connection. But it could be like a romantic relationship too, like you know, because it's like a twin flame shit. It's like you're trying to find your other half, right? And then when you do find your other half, whether it be like a romantic relationship or like with a friend or a coworker or whoever it is, right? Like holy shit, like it's like I know you, like you're in like my tribe, but you just don't know like what it is. But you guys are just connect. Everything is just you guys are hanging out and everything is all cool.
Oh yeah.
What
Like, where you been my whole life? Oh, Bob says my boss. We're going through the same shit. I don't think I've ever been cool. Like I don't think I've ever been cool with my boss before, ever at any place.
Yeah, boss
Maybe
is like
maybe a supervisor, but not like a boss.
yeah, boss is like kind of tricky, but it could be your boss too. Like
I could be. Hey, look,
it could be anybody.
friendship has no boundaries, really.
It could be anybody.
Well, not to say friendship don't have any boundaries, but it's like if you connect with somebody, y'all get cool. I mean, y'all get cool. You know what I mean? Titles kind of go out the window when y'all click really well.
Like cool, like friends with benefits.
Yeah, well, not friends with benefits. That's the messy shit. That's when it gets messy.
That's when it gets messy, right?
Because there's always gonna be somebody who's gonna be feeling one way than the other, and then the wires are gonna get crossed with communication, how people are feeling. It's a mess. It's
like, hey, we're not twin flame. Like get out my ass.
Get out.
All right, so what are twin flames? All right, so twin flames are believed to be two halves of the same soul. Like imagine the soul being split into two, like each half going its own way, experiencing life in a separate body. Like these two halves are destined to meet again, and when they do, the connection is incredibly powerful. It's like finding like a missing piece of yourself. This is like saying like a twin flame is just one part of you, but I think like it's like you, like your soul cut into like multiple pieces, not just in half. Because like what they're explaining here, like you could only be like two souls, right? Like just one soul cut in half.
Right.
I mean, with the world of like 8 billion people, like what are the odds of you finding your soulmate or your twin flame out of 8 billion people?
Rare, bro.
It's almost
very
like
rare. I feel like most people don't even find it in their own lifetime.
Yeah, it's impossible, dude.
All right. Like, and I'm thinking just like with my experience and how I feel right now in my relationship and being like madly in love and everything. There's times I think about like, oh man, how many lifetimes did I live through just to get to this point? Like, did we have something before in the previous life, or do we always find each other around like the next time around? If you believe in reincarnation, because I mean, I'm not like a full blown believer in reincarnation, but I like the idea of it, and it's kind of cool. I mean, I have a lot of interest in reincarnation, but. I'm like, if it's real, I mean, I'm like, have we done this before? Because everything's just, we clicking on a different level. Like, how we get along this well, unless we've done this before or something, you know?
Yeah, that will be the weird part, right? Like, where everything, like, just fucking clicks. Everything is, you guys just get along on every single, like, everything, like, holy shit, like, who is this person? Like, everything just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, shit, Chris, like, you might have found, like, that missing puzzle and where everything just clicks with you, like you like basically like hit the lottery.
I do. I feel like it every day.
Yeah.
I swear to God, like yesterday we went to like what's this place? It's called Zeppi's. It's like they do like Frosties there and stuff. I don't really eat it, but like Melissa digs, like she loves that place. So we went there, and I was like, oh well, let me get some. I'll get a cookie. And when I had the lady like read off the list of me what cookies they had, and Melissa's like, before I was like, right when I was saying it, she was also saying it too. When I was like, yeah, I went to the chocolate peanut butter one. She said it's like. She was mouthing it behind me, but she knew exactly what I was like. I know you. I knew you was gonna get that. I'm like, damn. Like,
yeah, I feel like I experienced like that like a lot too. Where I think Judy does that shit, and where she completes like shit where I'm saying it, and then she completes it. I'm like, this motherfucker.
Well, how are you get out of my
this
head?
Motherfucker.
Be like,
get out of my damn head.
Right.
But yeah, like of course, like this twin flame, it's a theory, of course. Like there's no like solid concrete evidence like, oh, this is the real thing. Like it's a theory. And there's a lot of people like in the old age where they talked about this twin flame theory. And you know Plato in his Synopsium, I don't know how you say that. Like he presents like in a myth that humans were originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs, and a single head with 2 faces. And then according to the myth, like these beings were split in half by gods. And then ever since like these souls has been searched for themselves like ever since from the beginning. So he says like each soul has been
in half,
split up in half, and then like, all right, here you go to Earth. Good luck, find each other.
All right. You want to go through that? Oh, what if it's like one of them things like when you finally meet the one, then you can move on to like the next world afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause now the soul is complete. Boom! Now you graduated.
It
now you
could
got
be, man, but it don't.
Oh, look, see that? I can't do no hand
right
thing.
when you did the heart, it did that.
Yeah, just a bunch of hearts just flew on the screen.
AI, man.
Man.
All right, so like in Eastern philosophies, concepts like resembling like twin flames can be found in Hinduism and Buddhism. Buddhism. How you say it?
Buddhism.
Buddhism. Yeah. Where the idea of soulmates and deep connections can be often like discussed, like where like 2 souls are being destined to meet each other and complete each other through like a spiritual tradition. So like even in like Hinduism and Buddhism, like they believe that like there's 2 souls that has been separated, and you know in the end they're gonna find each other.
Yeah.
So it's not just like Plato saying this shit from a long time ago. Eastern philosophies were talking about this. You know Carl Jung,
Carl Jung? That sounds familiar.
Yeah, Carl Jung. Like his theory, like he believed that individuals like carry like the inner counterpart of opposite gender, which they seek to integrate with a balance within themselves. Like so Carl Jung, like I guess I don't want to get this wrong. He's like a philosopher, but he's like he studies like the brain. What would you call those people?
Neurologist, I guess.
He
like a brain doctor,
neurologist, but he studies like the behavior of like brains.
Oh, psychology, I guess. Or how
a psychologist. There you go, a psychologist.
Oh, psychologist. Okay.
Yeah, he said like psychology, like with the human brain and stuff, and I'm pretty sure like he dabbled into like this, you know, the psychedelic world and stuff. And you know, Carl Jung, he believed that there's like people, souls and stuff that's been like split into 2 before they come back into this earth, but then they're like, good luck, find each other. But I think, like I was saying like earlier before, I think we're split into way more than just 2 pieces, because like
really,
I'm pretty sure we come across like other people where like, hey, I feel this strong connection with you, and it's almost like, I'm glad I found you, you know, because you feel like you're with your community now. Because like basically, go ahead.
I see what you're saying. Yo, that's kind of okay. Yeah, because like I can see too where your soul, because like the fact that your soul, I can see what they're saying, like being split into 2, that your heart belongs and your soul belongs to someone else, and you guys belong together. But it is more than just who you spend the rest of your life with too. It's about the circles you build around yourselves too, and the company you keep too. So I can kind of see like, yeah, it's probably bigger than just being split in half. It's probably just like shattered souls that you kind of bring together into one to form your own,
right?
Your own little circle.
Yeah, dude, that's why Earth is so hard, dude.
Tough, man.
Maybe like these little tiny pieces. It's like tiny little pieces of your soul, and you just pick out like little pieces from like other people. Right. Bob says we studied him. Oh, so okay, she studied like Carl Jung. That's what you guys still study that in the modern day like studies. That's wild. Just rolled out of bed, says, but twin means 2, like one other person. Yeah, they say like twin flames, but I feel like it's more than just 2. You know, it could be anything. Yeah. Like you could have a connection with anybody that helps you like advance in whatever it is that you need advancement in, whatever you're doing in your life.
Positive advancement, shit.
Yeah, it could be anything. Like it's just people like in your community. Like let's say they made a pact before you guys came back alive in this world. Like let's say this is a simulation. You came back into this world and you're supposed to live like a, like a another life, but you're doing it different. And then you pick and choose your parents, your friends, your enemies. You pick everything. Somebody who's gonna end up killing you, you pick that too.
Mm.
And then you pick like your twin flame that you never met.
It's like boom,
right?
Connection.
Yeah, because the twin flame, he never made it. The dude's in Japan. He never caught his flight. Bob says he digs into dream interpretations if you ever taken psychology. Terry gave me a book that Carl Jung written, and I read like half of it. It's pretty deep, dude.
Really? What are you talking about? Just like dreams
It's
and
all
stuff?
psychology shit, like the brain, how the brain works, how you... Dude, this dude is on like a whole nother realm. Like he operates on a different frequency than a lot of people.
I need to check him out because I feel like I've heard that name before, but probably only referenced in like YouTube videos I've watched. But I've never actually read any of his work or anything. But I'm almost certain I've heard of Carl Jung. I need to check him out.
Yeah, it's definitely
the human brain's wild, dude.
Anything that with psychology, like you hear the name Carl Jung all the time.
Mm-hmm. Sigmund
All right,
Freud.
so segment 2, the stages of the twin flame journey. So meeting a twin flame isn't always smooth sailing. In fact, it is often described as a journey with several stages. So these are the stages of like meeting your twin flame. Number 1, awakening. This is the initial meeting. Like you feel like an instant connection, a magnetic pull towards each other, intense and almost like a spiritual awakening. It's like, goddamn, like this motherfucker, like everything's connecting, everything's just dragging you in. You see all the signs is telling you like, hey, this is the person, and everything seems like a spiritual, like, hey, it just has to be some divine intervention going on.
Mm-hmm.
So number 2 is crisis. So like after the honeymoon phase, reality sets in. The relationships can become challenging. Both partners might face a personal and emotional issue that needs healing. So after the honeymoon phase, everything can be chaotic. You're like, oh, I can't take this shit. This motherfucker crazy. Mm-hmm. Ouch. It hurts. Emotionally and physically. Like, oh, I need healing. So, stop it.
Yeah.
Right? And then number 3 is running and chasing. So one partner might become overwhelmed by intensity and try to run away from the relationship while the other one chases. This stage can be filled with confusion and heartache. So one person can be like, oh shit, it's too much. I can't take it no more. I'm out. I want to run. Basically, I want to surrender. I'm out. Like, oh shit, it's too hard. So then stage 4. Oh, go ahead.
What's that?
You got a comment?
Oh, I was trying to think back before the honeymoon stage. Yeah. Because I guess mine varies. Like where I'm at right now, like with us, we actually a honeymoon stage probably ended like a month ago, and we talked about like, so this is like the end of the honeymoon stage. Right now, we're just kind of just like, all right, this is life now. Like so, but we haven't hit that wall of like, oh, I want to leave or nothing. We've had like issues and whatnot, but nothing that we kind of like. I don't know, like this is. I'm not saying that everybody should do this, but it's like times we've had disagreements. We've kind of like went silent on each other, don't say anything. We just you can feel the energy in the room. You can like light a match with that shit, and eventually we'll talk about it. And, like, but we won't. We always agree like, hey, no yelling, no nothing. Let's just speak our peace and keep our voices down and try to understand each other. And
I got one question for you guys.
Is that?
Have you ever got cut?
Cut like stabbed?
Like stab?
Not yet. Like
remember a long time ago, right? We talk about like people who are in love, right? They go through like this this mental issue, and I was like, they go through this mental issue, right? And they're saying like, hey, if somebody really loves you, like you're probably gonna get cut by them one day,
I feel like that was a controversial take because people commented on that. At least I know people were saying like, "What? Like, how's that?
Yeah.
It's so toxic."
And then we're like, okay, like if you don't ever get cut in a relationship, it might not be a real relationship.
Have you bled yet?
Yeah. Has there been bloodshed? Bob says, I have cut others. Like, goddamn.
Damn.
You know, Bob is a Sagittarius. And from experience with Sagittarius, they cut hard.
Like literally?
Like, ow.
Bob says, stop. Remember that switch? Oh my God. Bob, don't self-incriminate yourself. She says, remember that switchblade?
No, read exactly what Bob said on the chat.
Okay.
She said you the same way.
Says, Bob says, I cut others. Remember that switchblade? I think I did to Jeremy. LOL.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Judy,
like Bob.
Same way. Am I getting chopped up? What's going on?
Bob is Sagittarius. Judy is Sagittarius. It's you know, like there's like this they made a list online, right, with all the most famous serial killers in the last 100 years, right? And they posted their zodiac signs, and most of the serial killers, dude, are Sagittarius.
What month is Sagittarius? I don't even know.
December.
What's that, like December. Damn. And I heard that before too. I remember I saw that posted somewhere on Facebook not too long ago talking about the number one serial killers are like Sagittarius, and I think like Gemini might be in the top 5 or some shit. Like some wild stuff. Yeah, Leo, we you know, we trying to Leo holding it down.
Leos are like
peace and love, man.
Peace, love. Go ahead, stab me right here. I'm out. Levitation.
I'm out.
All right, so number 3, with the stage of the twin flame journey. So number 3 is running and chasing. So did I say this? So one partner might become. Oh no, wait. This is new. Okay. So one partner might become overwhelmed by the intensity, and then they try to run from the relationship while the other. Wait, I did say this. While the other one chases. Like, yeah, I did talk about this. So one runs, the other one chases. Okay, so number 4, surrender. That's the new one, right?
Yeah, surrender. There you go. Thank you. That's the new one. That's the new one.
All right, so surrender. So eventually, both partners, they realize that running won't solve anything. Like, hey, motherfucker, like this shit's. We're not solving nothing. Stop running. So they begin to work on their like individual issues, and then they surrender to the connection. So this is like number 4 is like one of the most main things, right? It's like all right, like you guys just gotta surrender. Like whatever you guys are fighting about, like just, like give that shit up, and then work on whatever like within yourself that's causing like a lot of the trauma, the trouble. You gotta go within yourself, fix it, heal it, and then be like, all right, like I give up. Sorry, my bad, dog. Let's get this shit back together. Like I give up. I don't want to play no more. Like because if you think about it, it might be like this long game, but you don't even know it's a game.
Right.
But it's all ego. It's all ego driven, and it's on both sides.
Pride can lead to a huge downfall in the relationship. That's why it's kind of like, look, y'all gotta. A lot of that shit's negotiation. You gotta negotiate, figure this shit out together.
Yeah, you gotta think about it, like we're so similar. Like as humans, we're so similar, dude. So if you think you can find something better on the other side of the fence, the grass is greener on the other side. You're like, guess what? The grass is probably fucked up on that side too.
Right.
Yeah, like you think like, oh shit, it's all better. Like, oh, I can go to the other side of the fence and it's gonna be better.
Yeah, because another thing that's like another thing is a huge issue with like a lot of people nowadays. I mean, granted, it is a type of freedom to this, but because like, all right, so like back in the day, man, like you had like people that would get married and women would be in these relationships that they never want to be in the first place, and they're kind of like stuck in this shit, and so they never really divorced. They just got abused for like decades on end and built up all this trauma. Where nowadays people do opt out more. Like relationships don't last anymore because people are like realizing like, hey, I don't have to deal with this shit if I don't have to, and are able to separate from that. So I do respect the aspect of that. But also at the same time too, I think there's another side of these relationships falling apart too, is that too much pride is involved in it, and nobody wants to negotiate a lot of times. It's more like it's like people trying to fight for like superiority over the household instead of like, hey, let's work
right.
together as a team. And so that's a huge problem. So you gotta learn to put that shit aside. And hey, you gotta remember,
Right.
like, this is a team. This is not an individual movement you're in anymore. Your whole life has changed. So you gotta learn to work.
Yeah, I think like this whole game with life, it's not about just you individually. It's you like together. Like, what can you do like together with your, not just like the people that's around you, but like you know your whole community too. Like, well,
Right.
like what else can you guys like do together?
Like a positive impact or something.
So that leads me to number 5. It's called reunion. So after much growth and healing, the twin flames come back together in a balanced, harmonious union, and then they understand like their purpose and they're ready to fulfill it together. So, you know, after they surrender, they come back together and then they realize, hey, what's the main picture? What's everything? What's their main goal? What we want to do like within like this lifetime? And then we work on that. We fulfill it together. Because if you think about it, life is so short, dude. Like if
Man,
you're like
for
in
real.
your 30s or 40s, whatever, like, dude, like how much more time you're going to try to figure this shit out with other people where they're going through this crazy shit too, just like you. That's why it's so hard, dude.
Tough, man. We only given so much to like just a limited amount of time here. It's hard, man.
Yeah, the beauty of this whole thing, dude, we don't know how much time we got. That's the beauty
That's
of
the crazy
all of
thing.
it. Yeah.
That's it. The shit is death can be very random. So
Right. Like it could be like, oh, I should have did this. And then next thing you know, the next day, you get hit by a semi.
man, right? And that's the end of your story.
Right,
Yeah.
because we don't know. We don't know what the end is, and
That's all. That's why I don't know why people walk around angry and upset all the time. I'm like, bro, this is try to find some happiness in this life, man. Because this is all we, as far as we know, this is all we got right now. Until they can figure out until they can figure out a way that reincarnation is real. This is all we got. So, try to make the best of it.
Yeah.
Life gets, just,
excuse me. But yeah, like be grateful for like everything you have. Like, if you're good, you got a roof over your head, everything. Like you're straight, you got a job, and you got income coming. You should be grateful.
all right. It should be, but the human mind is tricky though, man. It's easier said than done though. The human mind is complex, man.
Yeah, your brain will play the fuck out of you. But I'm gonna take a quick leak and then I'm gonna finish up the story. All right, so instant recognition when you feel like you met your twin flame. Like you feel like you know them forever. Like you have this intense connection. Like the bond is incredibly strong, and you feel like an emotional and a spiritual connection with them. Like it feels like meeting them brings like a significant change like in your life. Like you feel like since they came into your life, like everything is starting to change.
Yeah.
You reflect each other's strengths and weaknesses. Like your weakness is like their strength, and vice versa. Like you guys.
Here's the thing. Like my entire life, and I've had friends who would complete opposite me with this. Ever since like as far as I can remember, I've always wanted to be somebody who wasn't like me. Like similarities, we stuff in common. Because at the end of the day, I never wanted a robot. I guess put it bluntly, I never wanted like anybody to mimic me, because I never felt like I would ever be able to grow as a person if they're exactly like me. So I was like, hey, I want somebody to kind of like make up for my faults, and I can make up for theirs. And that's I've always wanted something like that in life too. So it's because when you compliment each other like that, it kind of works better that way, to me, as far as because you don't want nobody that's a damn robot and just wants to parrot everything that you do, everything you say.
Right.
Have their own mind, introduce you to new ideas, new things, kind of expand your mind a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
it not only like it what's the word where it holds you back, like from you growing, right, as an individual.
stunts your growth.
Yeah, it stunts your growth, right? Like it stunts your growth, and then you don't have like your own brain to achieve what you want to achieve, because you're just trying to like match like the energy, but you can't match it or whatever. I don't know. I had something in my head that was more. It sounded a whole lot better in my head.
Like I had this whole thing planned out.
Yeah, in my head it sounded like a whole lot better.
I get what you say though. No, life works better when you compliment each other. Because there's times I've met people I've like, for example, I've had friends who wanted, like, back when we was like kids, talking about like, yeah, when I get like, when I get older, I want my wife to just like I don't want to be the smart. I want to be the smartest person in the relationship. I don't want her to be smarter than me. And I was like, well, why not? I was like, because I mean, back then I was like, when I was a kid, when my friend told me this, I was like, I want somebody to be smarter than me because I want to learn. I'm not gonna learn if you dumber than me. Like, I don't want to marry no dumbass. But I had a friend who wanted, like, at one time, like, straight up just wanted like a robot for a wife who just follows what he says and not what he does. Dude. Like, just throughout everything he does. And I was like, that's a very weird relationship that you want to be in. It's kind of almost kind of
it is like a weird relationship because it's not real. You're right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
It's like almost like the guys that get into relationships like that. It's almost like an arranged marriage, where the girl has no choice, and then she's like, "All right, if you want to live like in America, you have to marry my son and stuff."
Yeah, those arranged marriage. Yeah, and then you stuck with somebody for the God knows how long.
And then you think about it, like, is it like real love? Like, were they like, do they even get along? Like, are they even into like the same shit or like whatever? Like, do they like each other's like energy? Like, or are they just playing like by the book? To like, all right, like this is like my life, and I'm tied to this person for the rest of my life. I'm just gonna live it. I have a child with them. Blah blah blah, and this is it. We're just gonna make the best out of this. But then you think about it, like is it like real love behind it? Or is it just like something where they're like, all right, we're just playing, like a role. Like, oh, I'm playing the role as your wife. You're playing the role as my husband. I don't really love you because I don't feel love for you. I have a child with you or blah, blah, blah. Right. But they're just playing the role like as long as they can, Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
To the end, man. It's kind of like, well, you just wasted all this time in your life stuck in this arranged shit, and y'all souls never even matched.
That's what with those arranged marriage, I was like,
like the dude knows. If you could choose, would you pick this person?
Right, and then like, I would hope like the dude is aware, right? Like, you're doing an arranged marriage, you should be aware that that person doesn't really love you like that.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, they're aware of that.
Yeah, and I know people that do arranged marriage too. Shit.
This is what I signed up for.
I'm in it to the end.
Yeah, that's sad.
Man, it's depressing as hell. Like, damn, you like no choice in the matter. Damn. But a lot of times, sometimes these arranged marriages, they end up in like, not all the time, but it seems like they end up in like comfortable situations where the man got money. Ain't like they're not giving away to like some homeless dude type shit. They go to a man with money, but is he the man that you want?
Yeah, like that's the story. Most likely the guy has money. That's why he's doing all that stuff. And then, hey, I can provide for you, your family, whatever. Right.
Like, he owns his own Citgo gas station, his own Shell gas station.
He owns his own set. Yeah, there you go. He has 3 BPs. With the strong scent of the incense.
As soon as you walk in.
The $1 billion incense. That shit smells good.
It do smell good. I'm like, what's that you got going on? Like, what's that smell? Yeah, can I get that? Is that right there behind you?
Yeah. All black. Let's go. All right, so twin flames. They challenge each other, they push each other's boundaries, and ultimately they help each other become the best versions of themselves. So if you're in a relationship where, your partner is pushing you like, hey, you should do this, you should do that, or, or whatever, you ask them like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. Like, you should know, like, this person is going on their best interest to get you on your full potential on who you actually wanted to be. Like, they would help you. They wouldn't bring you down. Like, I'd be like, oh, I want to open up a blah, 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 a hot dog stand. Like, nah, fuck that shit. No hot dog stand. You don't need that kind of people.
Right.
Right? You need somebody to be like, oh, I want to open a hot dog stand. It's like, oh, shit, what would be like the right place we can open up a hot dog stand? And blah, 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 blah.
Somebody make your brain
you need
work.
those type
Somebody
of
make
people.
your brain work.
Yeah, like something to be like, okay, like, dude.
Challenge
like,
you.
Like, the moral of this whole story, dude, we just don't know when it's going to stop. Like, the whole show, when it's going to end for every individual. So if you can find somebody like in your life where they can push you to be like, hey, how about we try this? How about we try this and that or whatever? These are the people that you need like in your life to where you're like, okay, I can see something from a different angle, a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
That might be your twin flame.
Hey, you never know. You never know unless you try.
Who knows, right? Yeah.
That's what makes life so scary, man. It's mysterious, man. Not everybody is psychic. Most people are not psychic. Probably like less than 1% of people that's playing are psychic. So don't nobody know. We all kind of just fucking
like
improvising as we go along.
Yeah. How far is your foresight? Like how far can you see in the future?
Right.
Right. But no, like just like with my like own experience, go with your gut.
Right.
Whatever your gut is feeling like, okay, this person, blah, 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 blah. If you know, like, hey, something's wrong or something might be right, just go with that shit.
Right.
Because what are the odds, right? Really, what are the odds? If you're in your 20s and your 30s and you're like, oh, shit, you still want to, play with that shit? Then it says max bet. Yeah, like if you still wanna like play with that shit, like it's almost like you're playing blackjack, right? You hit 17 and right, you get stay, right? But all the time you're like hit me on like 17.
Hit me, like man, you crazy as hell,
like,
but you gotta go, man.
Yeah, you stop, enjoy it and enjoy it.
Just sit it comfortably, bro.
Yeah, you know.
Fernando says
it's like it's like you're looking for that perfect whatever it is you're looking for that's perfect on the other side of the fence, dude. Everybody's having issues on the other side of the fence, so you can try your game. You can try your game on the other side of the fence, and you're gonna be like, holy shit, fucking don't hit on 17.
This is thing that I think it came from the show Martin, but it's like this. The show Martin talked about it back in the day. They talked about like how I think in the show Martin Lawrence.
Yeah,
he was getting to a point where his relationship was getting really serious with Gina, and so his friends kept coming up to him like Tommy and Cole kept telling Martin, man, like you about to miss out on the freak train, man. You about to get buckled down in this relationship. You about to be a slave. And then he started getting kind of like, man, I ain't trying to miss out on all the honeys out here type shit, but. It's like, man, be happy with what you got. Stop trying to. Your boys are single. Why are you listening to them about how much ass is floating around out there? You got your woman. You got your house. You got shit's good. You love it. Don't blow this shit up for some two guys that you cool with who are single. Like really, hold down your relationship. But yeah, he was falling for that shit because his friends made it seem like, man, I am missing out on a freak train. I need to hop on this because they're about to leave the station. But just don't even worry about it.
Then it'd be like that one day, that one freak train. But then like. Shit, if you stretch it like far along in the timeline, like oh shit.
Yeah, recognize what you got sometimes, man. Trust me, like love is a battlefield, man. Being single is even crazier. There's a lot. Like just stick. If you got something, you hold on tight. Hold on, work with it.
Put a chain on that shit. But yeah. All right, so like twin flames. They challenge each other, they push each other's boundaries, and then, eventually, like, we help each other out to become, like, the best individuals, like, both. Like, you're helping them out, they're helping you out. Like, you're, like, a strong foundation to where, like, oh, shit, we got this shit. To where nothing can come in and try to fucking throw rocks at your castle or whatever it is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, twin flames, man. It might be a real thing. Even though, like, it's like a theory or whatever. Like, it is weird when we do come across some people and then you're like, holy shit, I feel like an instant connection to you. Like not only like, oh, it doesn't have to be sexual all the time. It's just like a connection. Because I have connections like with like my coworkers, dudes and stuff, and we connect on like everything like spiritual and like UFOs and stuff. Like we're just on the same wavelength, right, and that could be like a good example of like a twin flame. Because this dude, like you'll find like your best friends like this.
Man,
where they connect on you on the weirdest levels, like holy shit, like dude, I didn't know like people like you exist out here like that. And then you would never know until you talk to them,
I remember when I found a connection with you way back when you, me, and Vince are talking about Prophet Yahweh. I was like, yo, y'all into that shit too?
Prophet Yahweh.
I was like, y'all weird like me? I was like,
dude, that was crazy when I knew you were like, I was like, what? Like Chris? Like he knows about Prophet Yahweh from eblums.com or whatever.
From Eblums World, yep.
Yeah, it was some Eblums World, yeah. That was crazy because this motherfucker, dude, like he called up the whole news station. He was like, hey, I can summon UFOs down in Las Vegas.
Black dude, I can summon them right here in the sky.
I can do this right here in the sky. The news was like, bet. They're like, all right, we're going to go out there, right? Like the news station, they went out there and they're like, hey, all right, summon these UFOs. And then this dude, he had his hands up in the sky and he was trying to call out the UFOs, right? None of the UFOs came out to show out, And I felt bad.
Video on Eblums World. Remember the video that first popped up on Eblums World was like they showed the dots moving around. I was like, oh shit, he summoned them. But when they tried to do it live, they weren't listening, man. He might have been on vacation. I don't know what he was at.
I think like whatever they caught in the sky, it was like a real phenomenon. But I don't know if he was the one.
Yeah, it might have been Smiles bringing him in.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
See, he's dead now, but I heard he got exposed as like a fraud too, man.
He's dead?
Yeah, probably always died like a while ago, man.
Yeah, he was pretty old.
They was talking shit about him. They was like, oh, he was nothing but a fraud. And I was like, oh, come on, man.
Nothing but a damn fraud.
Maybe, but let it go. He's gone.
Nothing but a damn fraud. All right, so that's all I got for Twin Flames. Chris, get the next topic for tonight.
Next topic. All right, let's talk about the biggest news story on planet Earth. Donald Trump almost got fucking smoked on stage in Pennsylvania. It was crazy, man. That caused... I was at work at the time, too. Melissa texted me. He's like, my mom just... I was at work. My phone kept vibrating. I was like, what the hell is going on? I was at work. I looked at it. It's like... Melissa was like, my mom just told me that somebody tried to shoot Trump. I was like, what the fuck? That was the first time I was like, what is going on here on planet Earth, man? Every week is something new going on. So, yeah, somebody tried to shoot his ass on stage, man, up in... what is it? It's somewhere in Pennsylvania. Butler. I forget the location.
Is Butler?
What's that?
Butler, Pennsylvania?
Yes. Yeah. On stage, trying to shoot him. Guy fired 5 shots at him. I watched the video 10 times over like it was the Zapruder film from JFK, boy. I was watching all the angles, boy. It was wild. Somebody even got a cool-ass snap of the bullet whizzing past Trump's head, too. Right, like you can see the streak of the bullet going by. It's iconic, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even like Trump, but when he put his little tiny fist up, he was like, yo, like, fight. I was like, okay, cool. But then the more I kept watching the video, I see why some people are saying this might have been staged, but I'll get into that a little bit. I'm gonna just stick to the story for now. Let's talk about what happened. It was weird. It was actually, some people saying the stage. I think it's an inside job, but I'm gonna get that in a little bit. So
I think it's an inside job. But yeah, it's not staged.
I think it's an inside job, straight up.
Yeah.
I believe this man almost got murdered in front of us, but the dude missed. I think he's like a sleeper agent, but I'm gonna.
I think he's murdered. But go ahead, say everything you gotta say, and then I'm gonna say everything I have to say.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna just break down for everybody who's not familiar with the person. The guy's name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. He lived not too far from the location as well, too, from where the shooting actually happened, or the attempted assassination happened. And they're saying that he actually drove his Honda Sonata 1 hour north of the rally at the Butler Farm Showgrounds, where thousands of Trump supporters gathered to see the former president's speech ahead of the Republican National Convention in Wisconsin, which is actually starting now. He says he was observed by the cops at least 26 minutes before the shooting when he was able to scale the roof of a nearby manufacturing plant unchallenged. At 6:11 p.m., Crooks fired several shots at around 130 yards away from Trump, grazing the former president, killing one rally goer and injuring two others before he was shot and killed by a Secret Service. And they posted this picture of what he looked like when he got shot. Boy, his shit got blown out. They got his ass good. So shout out to them, stopping this lunatic. But yeah, so shit's going crazy in America, as always. This is the most crazy it's ever been. But they actually found out, too. They're digging up all this information because the internet don't ever sleep, man. And they found out that Thomas Matthew Crooks, because a lot of Trump supporters, they jumped out the window saying, he's a Biden supporter and yada, yada, yada. Saying that, yeah, it's Biden's fault that the reason why this shit happened. But then they dug up this man's information and come to find out he's actually a registered Republican. And actually, before we started the podcast, some news just came out that he was actually a Trump supporter. He used to have signs in the front yard. But some eyewitness say he had signs of Trump supporter in his front yard. But so all of a sudden, this Trump supporter Republican, which people that's Trump supporters are saying right now that, well, he donated $15 to like this progressive movement, which is left of Trump if, on a political scale. It's more like towards the direction of Biden, but not too much. But basically, they're trying to say like, yo, he donated to a political group that wasn't aligned with us 5 years ago with $15. They're saying like, well, that's the smoking gun to say that he is actually a part of the political party that we're against. But more information needs to come out more and more that he actually may have been in the same political party that Trump is in. So are the Republicans sending assassins to wipe out Trump? Conspiracy brain on right now. Back in 2016, when Trump was running for president, the Republican Party did not like him. None of those politicians on the stage, in fact, the politicians all together hated Trump. They thought he was just a gimmick. They thought he was a joke. Nobody took him seriously. As much as I don't like Trump, I will always say this, though. This man changed politics forever. He kicked in the door to the Republican Party, where the Republican Party was always trying to set these standards of like, hey, let's like make this like a legacy thing. Like, okay, we got George W. Bush in 2000 as president. His father was president back in the 80s and like late 80s or whatever. And now his brother's about to run again. They were trying to set up like this kind of like legacy thing, just like how the Democrats would do too with JFK. They're trying to set up their own establishment, having like this legacy party thing. And then Donald Trump kicked in the damn door, elbowed his way in, and grabbed all the supporters. And now the Republican Party had to take a knee to him. And so I can see now that they probably got some crazy-ass lunatic, and this is my theory, they got a crazy-ass lunatic who was a Trump supporter, who they probably convinced, like, hey, do you want to make America great again? We're trying to get this thing going. I feel like they got in contact with this guy because this video is coming about him being in school, being a loner, videos of him getting picked on, which he wasn't really getting picked on. If somebody was annoying him, he wasn't really getting. I've seen people get bullied. He wasn't getting bullied, but that's the narrative they running with. It. He got picked on a lot, and then somehow he turned into this radical extremist and did some short amount of time frame to want to kill Trump. It sounds like they tapped into like a crazy person, and also he never had an internet history as well too at all. They couldn't find nothing on him on social media or anything, so it's like almost like a ghost. It's weird. So a Republican voter or somebody who's like a part of like, a registered Republican voter tried to assassinate Trump. I think it's an inside job. I think he's trying to murk his ass because he completely just took over the party and he made it. This is Trump's party. This isn't the Republican Party no more. He has all the voters. He has the numbers. I don't even know why they even had debates like a couple months ago because he literally just grabbed all the votes. So the debates was almost pointless because nobody's going to vote for these other people that's running against him. They're going to go focus on Trump. So I think they're trying to get his ass out the paint. I think they're trying to get him, but they're trying to frame it like the opposite party did it. I think it's crazy right now.
It is crazy, but when you think about it, right? Like conspiracy hat on, put the hat on. Like, why would you think they would want to kill Trump?
Why would I think?
Yeah.
I think he's spinning his country in a direction that, because it's like this. At the end of the day, this country is greedy more than anything else. It could be murderous. It could be a lot of things, but it's kind of hard to make a profit when most people aren't going along with the program. And then I guess like if you wanted to talk about like I guess what Project 2025, which is hugely unpopular, even with Republican voters, Republican politicians, because they realize like, yo, if it swings in this direction, we had like they like the status quo, and I think Trump kind of represents this era of where he's going to run this country into a direction where ain't nobody, both political parties, ain't going to win on this shit. And I feel like a lot of his disgruntled, like most hated people come from the same party that he hijacked, that he just took over. And I think it's a lot of it from these politicians. The voters are one thing. I'm not saying like his voters are turning against him. Right? He's got the voters on lock. That's why he's in the position he's in. But as far as the politicians that smile on his face, like, I love Trump, da-da-da. Because, for example, Donald Trump just picked his vice president this week, J.D. Vance. fucking actually he's a young guy for one. He's 39 years old. He's young to go into politics. That's like baby form when you go into politics. Politics is an old man's game. So 39-year-old vice president, he just picked this week. I knew JD Vance before he picked him as vice president because a couple years ago JD Vance was going on a rant talking about how Donald Trump was a fucking Hitler. All this other shit. But then he saw taking a knee, saw kissing Trump's fucking kissing his ring, and now he is his actual running mate for November to be vice president. So he is another Republican politician who did not like Trump at all too, and thought he was insane. He's not the only one that felt that way, but they're like, these politicians a lot of these politicians are cowards, and they're willing to do whatever they can to get to the top. Damn the people at the end of the day, but and damn their what they say in the past or the words or any ground they stand on. He didn't like Donald Trump at one point, called him Hitler, thought he was a lunatic, and now he changed his name, and now he kind of changed it up just to want to be his vice president, and he got the role, he got it. So it's kind of like, yeah, his enemies run deeper more on his side than it does on the opposite political party, in my opinion. And I'm somebody who just watch politics on the outside in. I think they have a more deep-seated dislike for Trump more than anyone else. And Republican Party is known for going extreme shit, trying to murder people. So I mean, I don't think it's outside of their wheelhouse. But that's just me. I think it's because he's just too extreme for some people, even for the party he's even running in. And I think they're trying to just murk his ass because he's hurting the brand, and he's hurting and then at the end of the day, when you hurt the brand, you're hurting the money, and that's what I think anyway. So I don't know. I might be completely wrong about this. This is my theory. I think they're trying to get his ass up out of there.
So what would be like the gold mine out of it? Like if they actually did get that assassination, if it was 100%.
If they got him,
yeah,
what would happen?
Yeah.
Oh, me? Oh, man. His supporters would rev up. They would turn up, man. That would be bad. I'm at a point where I was like, because I even thought about this, too. I was like, the government really kind of needs to create a contingency plan for when he dies. Not through assassination, just by general death. Like, he dies from a heart attack. They're going to go ape shit and then think there was an assassination attempt or somebody got him. There's a conspiracy behind it. We've already seen January 6th. We've seen what they can do. We've seen they can show up and really fuck shit up when they want to. Do we have a contingency plan for when he inevitably dies? Because Trump's going to die one day. What's going to happen to his voter base? And what's going to happen to these people when they things out? They're going to wrap up and start fucking murdering folks on the street? Or what's going to, what are we looking at the future of America if he dies? That's how prominent of a figure he is in America right now, which is insane. But he's got the numbers. He's got people backing him up on his side. He's got the people's interests. So I don't know. I hope not. God, I was like, please don't turn him into a martyr. When I heard he didn't die, I got excited. I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, this shit was gonna be crazy if he died. Oh my God. I even got happy when he wasn't.
It would be crazy if he actually died. But the crazy thing is how the internet they went on a rampage. On the other side, the left side, where they're like, holy shit, how did they miss? They're like,
yeah, man. They should have.
They're like, how did they miss? Okay. They're like, back then we wouldn't have missed. What's that dude that killed JFK?
Lee Harvey
supposedly.
Oswald.
Lee, yeah.
Yeah, what's his name? He wouldn't have missed. And I mean, I'm kind of like, all right, let's all calm down. If we're gonna beat Trump, beat him in the beat.
I was like, come on, that's crazy.
Make this shit way worse.
Yeah, that is wild. And then since we're talking about the whole Trump shit, right? I got one thing. Since we're a media hijack, right? We do conspiracy shit. So there was a prophet that predicted the assassination attempt on Donald Trump months ago.
Oh.
You heard about this?
No.
Dude, it went viral. So Brandon Biggs has predicted an assassinated attempt on Trump 4 months ago, before this accident happened recently.
Damn.
So now the video has been going viral because the video was from March 15, 2024. In the words of this dude at this church, he says then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear and it came close to his head that busted his eardrum. And then he further said that I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame. He started to worshiping the Lord, that he got radically born into it during this time. So this pastor or whoever he was 4 months ago, he said that he saw Trump getting assassinated, but the bullet flew past his ear. Like, there's a video on him saying this shit. I wish I got this video, but yeah, he
Dodged the bullet like Neo.
He predicted this 4 months ago. And then he said he fell down to his knees, but I didn't see him worshiping like a god, because he was like blocked by all security.
That was on top of him, man. Oh, I was seeing the memes, man.
It's like, why he was blocked by security? It's like, Jesus Christ, help.
I was seeing all the memes, man. Like people who did like, who's like straight up like, this is fake, this is stage. Oh shit, almost fell on my chair.
Dude,
it's
the
like,
whole shit where people saying that shit's stage. I don't know.
I believe that shit was 100% real. It
was real, yeah.
I think that I'm not even gonna go that route saying like, man, it was stage.
Dude, like, you know what's crazy? Like the Saturday night that it happened, right? My niece, she sent us like a link to like, oh, Donald Trump got shot, right? But I didn't even click on it. I just read the comments, and then my niece was like, oh shit, they don't make the assassination guys like how they used to, because they don't miss back then and shit.
Awful, man.
And then I didn't even think anything of it, right? And then I just replied in the chat. I was like, LOL, that's funny, or whatever, you know? I didn't even know there was like an assassination attempt on Trump. Like, I didn't even know until the next day, where I saw it on like the social media on Instagram. I was like, holy shit, like, what happened?
They trying to kill him.
Yeah, I was like, and then I went back. I looked on the text chat where my niece sent it. I was like, holy shit.
All right.
I thought they were like playing around. I thought like Trump fell down or some shit. I
thought the hoax at first.
I never clicked on shit like that. Like, yeah, I saw like I'm disconnected from the news.
I watch.
They send me news articles. I never click on news articles. I'm like, I read like whatever. If I can see it on the text, I just read that, and I'm like, I'm done.
I watch the news every day, man. It's fucking crazy. Every day, man. It's exhausting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I did see like I saw one meme that was saying like the shot that was basically I saw a meme, right, of like with the like after the like security, like not security, but as a Secret Service that jumped all over Trump, and he got up, he had like the blood on his ear and everything. He was like, yeah, fight. They show like in the meme they zoomed in on the Secret Service pocket, and there's like a little ketchup packet sideways, like it was like split on the edge, like on the corner. Like, yeah. I guess some people say like he put ketchup on his ear, like, but that's
no, that's too much. That's too much.
Yo, but also what's that?
Bob's there.
But also, I saw in the video too, man, and I don't know. I was gonna talk about too, like why people were saying it's stage, because it was some weird shit going on the stage, man. Very weird. There's a video that's going viral right now where there's a lady in the background who's like got a cell phone in her hand, and she's like recording Trump. But before the shot fires off, she keeps looking to the right and keeps looking to the right, and then she ducks down before the first shot's fired.
I saw that.
Yo, right? It's like what she was anticipating. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, his shoe fell off. He was like, "Oh, my shoe! I need my shoe!" And then the Secret Service got his shoe, and he's like, "Fight! After you got shot at, you're still on stage. It's like, yeah, come on, keep going. Like, you need to get the fuck out of there. This is weird. So I get why some people are saying the stage. I understand. Like, I don't think it is. This is like the moon landing for me. I think the moon landing was real. But if news ever came out that the moon landing was fake, I would be like, you know what? I'm not surprised. Like, I kind of felt in my heart that it was kind of weird. That's how I feel like with this. Like, I feel like that assassination was real. Don't make no mistake about it. It was fucked up, man.
It's 100% real.
Yeah, if it came out as fake, I'd be like, damn it, man. Like, it was right there, though. I did notice the weird shit about it, but I think somebody really did try to mark him.
It's so crazy. Like, I was like, I know it's like this is like the biggest news, right? The whole social media, everything, right? I was like, I hope Chris doesn't bring this topic up, but I was like, it's almost impossible to ignore this topic, so we had to discuss this topic. I forgot what I was gonna say, because there was a lot of other shit I was gonna say, but I'm gonna take a break real quick.
Oh, got a special guest in the building.
I couldn't escape. She chased me down the hallway.
Big old paws.
Show the big paws.
like the little brother to those breeds.
Yep.
Next topic. Yeah, Trump assassination. Next topic.
Oh yeah, we're just still doing Trump.
Yeah, I'm over that. Yeah, I'm over that shit. It's done. The people don't ran into the ground, but yeah,
he alive. We good.
Yeah, he's like, so they're still digging into Thomas Matthew Crooks.
Right.
Whatever. They're gonna dig more. There's still news, so I'll probably talk about it more in some other episode. On to the next one. I got another topic if you want me to talk about. I have another story.
Okay.
Let me take care of Lizzie. I got you, bro.
No, go ahead.
Where the hell is it? I had a crazy story. It's not about some lovey-dovey stuff we was talking about earlier. It's actually the complete opposite side of it, where this woman poisoned her fucking boyfriend.
God damn.
Yes, North Dakota woman, like she poisoned her boyfriend, and I can't pull this bitch up because I got blocked out. All right, I'm gonna just go off of memory. So I ain't gonna say no names and none. My notes are I don't know where the shit's at. Anyways, so story goes, and I think in the state of what state are we in? North Dakota. A woman actually poisoned her boyfriend for inheritance money. Damn. And there's a funny, and it doesn't end the way she wants it to end. It ends in a most ironic way, and it shows that in life, when you put out that evil energy, you get what you get in return. So this chick, like this guy she was dating, right, for 10 years. Dating for 10 goddamn years. No ring, no nothing. No kids. I don't think they even had kids. But they were living with each other for 10 years in a relationship. And he had received an email from someone explaining to him, like, hey, you just received an inheritance. And I can't remember how much amount of money it was, but he was going to receive a big-ass inheritance, and he was going to go and collect the money. So the girl actually winds up putting antifreeze, I think, in his coffee. She just kind of like puts it she was putting it in throughout like the course of like, several days or whatever. And he was going when they was going out with it. In fact, they went out one time with each other where she actually started, the guy himself, he actually started puking in public around friends and family, puking all over the place. And she just told everyone like, oh, well, it's his heat exhaustion. He's fine. And she took him and went away. But the day that he got sick, friends and family members noticed that she was putting all his stuff outside the house in boxes. And everybody was like, that's kind of weird. But he didn't die right then and there. Sometime later, he actually wound up getting more antifreeze in his coffee, whatever the hell he was drinking. And he wound up dying a little bit later. He wound up collapsing eventually. They took him to the hospital, and he wound up dying like the next day or something like that. And so she actually wound up trying to get his inheritance. And the reason why she's trying to go for his inheritance is because common law, if you're with somebody in a relationship and you live with them long enough, common law means basically that you guys are now husband and wife just because y'all have been around each other for so long. And that's what she thought she was going to get his inheritance. And come to find out, North Dakota doesn't follow the common law rule of getting money or inheritance just because you lived with somebody for 10 years. And so because she didn't know the law very well, she basically just killed her boyfriend for nothing to get inheritance money. So the law was up. So basically, if you get what I'm saying, like she was trying to get this inheritance money, but couldn't get it because the law says, well, you ain't really married, regardless of where you got, 10 years with this man in the household. You can't get the money because you aren't legally married. In our eyes, by law in this state, you're not married. You can't get the inheritance. So she wound up going to jail for nothing. But the kicker of the story comes to where the guy never had any inheritance money in the first place. He actually met somebody online, I think, and they emailed him, and then they kind of like, it was basically a scam. Because one of the family members came out saying like, well, she killed my brother or so-and-so for nothing because the inheritance money that he was going after that he thought he was going to get was actually a scam. He was getting scammed online. He was going to meet up with the person. When he met up with the person, that person never showed up. So this whole scam thing, just trying to get money out of him. That person that he was going to meet up with bailed out. So there was even inheritance money. So this chick just not only killed him for nothing because the law wasn't right. She was even if she got away with it, she still wouldn't have gotten money because he was getting scammed in the first place. So I don't know, man. Be careful who you love.
That is crazy.
Be careful who you love in this world, man.
Be careful. Just rolled out of bed and said he was with her for 10 years and never proposed.
Yeah, never proposed or nothing, man. They were just stuck with each other, and
I know somebody like that. They might be in the chat right now, but yeah. I know somebody like that. You know what's crazy? Okay, I got like a heartwarming story for you guys. It's from my own parents. My parents, like, I never knew, like, they weren't married the whole time when I was a kid. I recently found out, not recently, like maybe a few years ago, that my parents finally tied, like, the knot just a few years ago. And then they were officially married just a few years ago.
Tell me that story, man. That's that's a sweet story, man. Like, cause at the end of the day, I think marriage. I mean, end of the day is if you want to get the ring on the finger, get the certificate, because you got to put in the system that you are married on everything you do, jobs, everything, some forms you fill out. You have to notify that you're married. And I get that, like, love is not always a legal thing. It doesn't have to be a legal thing, and that's where marriage comes in. That's why you see, like, especially like in the black community, a lot of black folks are not opting to do this whole marriage thing because it's like, well, this is a legal binding. We can love each other, live in the same household, and be with each other for as long as we live, and never get married. And I understand it on that level. I mean, there's a lot of legal bindings with stuff with it too, and I get why some people kind of shaky with that feeling. But at the same time, though, it's like when you pass away, like, the state's gonna take a lot of your shit anyway, so you might as well just have somebody legally be able to control it on some level. And I mean that's if you see from that perspective, because that's like with my parents. And my parents just actually, like, did a will like a couple months ago, talking about, like, telling me, like, hey, like, over the phone with my parents. I was talking with them. I was trying not to get, like, teary eyed or whatever, but I was talking with them. And my mom was telling me, like, hey, like, we're getting older now. We kind of, like, we need to talk about real serious stuff right now. And, like, me and your father ain't gonna be around forever, so we gotta go talk to a lawyer. We try to get everything all hashed out so that when the time comes when we have to leave, and we all gotta leave this place sometime, somebody has control over what the shit we've built. Like this, because if we don't have control over this, the state's gonna take it. So we gotta give it to our kids. We gotta divvy this up, because if not, we do have to form something to carry on our legacy. And I feel like that's kind of that's the other legal side of it too. I guess, like, some people are very distrust of, like, being married, because there's a lot of legal shit tied behind it. It's a lot, man, a whole lot. So I get the distrust for it, but I also see the other side of, like, you need somebody to control your stuff for you that you probably want to pass on, I guess, to your children or next of kin or whatever. So, wow, man. Just one of our best says yes, immigrants. Yeah, for real? I didn't even know that. This is just kind of just. I get it, man. Like, look, if y'all got something working out with each other, things work good, whatever. Because I feel like sometimes too, marriage is a very societal pressure as well too. Do people get pressured into getting married a lot, man? Well, I didn't read the whole Jada Pinkett Smith book that she came out with, but a little bit I read of it. It sounded like she got pressured to getting married to Will Smith, and I'm kind of saying, like, some people just don't want to be married, and not everything works for everybody. It's cool, I guess. It's cool to be with somebody if it works for you guys. I'm not telling anybody to run a house. If you guys can stay with each other and not be married, and then you guys got a functioning thing on it, that's fine. And if it works and everybody's happy with it, that's cool. But if you guys want to get married, do it too. I'm not against it or for it. I see both sides of it, of being in a marriage, and I see why some people might not want to opt into it. I guess I know I'm all over the place with it. I'm very mixed feelings with marriage, but I'm all for it though. I'm doing it, but it ain't for everybody. I mean, I can't expect anybody to walk in my shoes or anybody else's shoes. I mean, whatever works.
Yeah, it's sketchy.
Sorry, that was long-winded. I don't know. I've always had feelings towards marriages and how they should operate, or maybe how they function.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we only live for, like, 60, 70 years plus, right?
That's if you're lucky.
If you're super lucky, and come on, play your cards right. Bob says that's why you set up a power of attorney.
A will and a trust, yeah.
Trust.
Yeah. That's what you do. Control your shit, man.
You gotta have some. When it gets like that, like, where it gets, like, super serious, you gotta set up everything. Like, where all the money's gonna go to. Everybody's gonna be, like, required to do, like, whatever certain tasks or whatever it is.
Yeah, because Bob says will and trust. I actually filled out a will before, not recently, but, like, man, back when I was, like, 23, right before 22. I was like 21, 22 actually. Right before I went off to Iraq, I had to go to like a JAG office, which is basically just attorneys for the military. I had to go to an attorney. I had to get a will filled out just in case I get killed in Iraq. I had to figure out where all my finances were going to go with my family. And I had to delegate to, like, who was going to pick or whatever. Yep. That's the only time I've ever filled out a will. It was weird because I was like, man, like, I'm barely even old enough to drink, and here I am about to go fucking war. I'm kind of scared to be filling out this will right now. But that's the reality of it. When you go, you gotta have somebody control your shit though, man. Because if not, man, you're gonna lose everything, and it's gonna be
Right. That's like the same like with the real world. Like, you know, like once you get out of that, like you have all these expenses and stuff, like, and somebody has to be control all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, what should we do with this? What should we do with that? Like, it's
The state's gonna take that shit, and God knows what they're gonna do with it. Put it on a damn, I don't know.
dude, the
Sell
state
it
will take
themselves.
all that shit. Even if like you sell your house, right? Like if you don't put all that income you gain from like the house that you just sold, dude, you're gonna get taxed big time, and it's
Yeah.
gonna hurt. Like, let's
Straight
say
up.
for example, right? You sold the house and you gain like $100,000, right? You probably get taxed like 30-40%.
Man,
That's
they gonna
30
take
to
that cut.
40% $1,000, like from whatever you just sold your house for, because
Now
you
you got
didn't put it back
74,000.
into something else. It's
Mm-hmm.
scary.
It is, man.
That shit is scary.
man. I find it weird sometimes that it's expensive to die. Like, god damn, man. I remember. Oh, but the apartment complex I used to live in Lithonia, I used to live across the street from like a big ass cemetery where like even like anybody who's familiar with TLC, Left Out Lopez, she's buried over there across the street from where I used to live at. Massive fucking cemetery. And I remember during COVID how there was a fucking funeral every other day. I'm talking about they used to block off the streets. COVID was just wiping these folks out in my area. And I remember thinking like, oh my god, how expensive is this shit? Because funerals, like this shit costs money, man. It's not even free to die. This shit is very expensive to die, man. That's why a lot of people opt out for like getting cremated. Like, don't pay for no plot. Just put me in a jar. Just burn me up, whatever. Put me in a jar. It's just empty shell now. Cause man,
Yeah,
you gotta pay for this
basically.
Latin shit. Gotta pay for a tombstone. Like it is. Oh, death is expensive. It's no.
Yeah.
Damn.
You gotta pay to die.
Right? You gotta pay for this DLC.
You gotta pay to die. Speaking of dying, are you done with that topic?
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
All right. So speaking of dying, so a Norwegian princess was haunted by a dead Nazi general.
What?
It was wild, right?
Nazis were up there though.
Yeah, so she told the Modern Royalty podcast, like she said, like when she moved into this bedroom, she said she felt like she was more afraid of the dark than what she normally was. So she said, like, hey, like like since I got to this bedroom, everything just feels so dark, and I'm scared. So she told everybody, like every night, like her nannies, her parents, and nobody would believe her. She told the nannies like, "Hey, I feel like there's something in this bedroom. I just don't know what it is." Like she's a kid right now, right? And then she told her parents. That parents was like, "Yeah, I don't know. It might be your imagination." So like her name is like Louise, right? And then she told this like when she got older, she told her father, right? She's like, "Hey, I'm seeing this dude. I don't know who he is, but I see him all the time in this bedroom, like when I'm sleeping." So then the dad, he eventually said like, "Oh shit. All right, this room was where this Nazi general took his own life. He committed suicide. His name was Waffen SS General Wilhelm Reddies, right? He was famously known for taking his life in this bedroom. And this was the bedroom that she was sleeping at. And she was like,
Damn.
so you're not going to tell me this shit before you put me in this bedroom? And they're like, yeah, we didn't know it was like a big deal. We didn't know you're going to get haunted by this person, right?
Yeah, are they supposed to disclose that type of information? Like, hey, if somebody gets killed in the house or whatever, they're supposed to let you know.
Well, yeah, I think they did disclose this information,
This is America.
like to the parents and everything. They told them like, hey, yeah, this Nazi dude, he took his life here in this bedroom. Because the dad
so
knew
dude-
about that shit, but the daughter
Okay.
didn't know, right?
Right.
So yeah, so like when the daughter was like, hey, dude, I keep seeing the dude at night, like he's fucking scary. Like why is he?
Yeah.
Why he out there like this? And then dad was like, oh shit, my bad. I forgot when we bought the place, they told us This is Nazi SS General S tier class 69. This dude, he was here and he killed himself. My bad.
Damn.
Sorry, Louis.
Did they ever say why he killed himself or what? He just offed himself.
He probably off himself because he know that they were like put into a corner to where it's almost impossible for them to do anything else with their life. If they were caught, right? If they were caught doing all, they were caught being like a Nazi or whatever.
Yeah, that's why. Hey, like World War II, when they was wrapping it up, man, they was on the Nuremberg trials, man. They was dragging all them Nazis in the court and giving them life sentences and executions and shit. I'm about to skip this cutscene. Pow!
Right, like because like whatever like they wanted to do with these Nazi guys, like it's probably way worse than what they can actually kill themselves for. Like it's probably like super torture stuff, like.
Oh yeah, they're gonna torch them for intel. Oh yeah, they're gonna get them.
Dude, they'll put you like in a little cave, right? They put you like in a little cave, right? They put a squirrel in the cave, right? And then they start to light that shit up, right? And the squirrel's like, oh shit, I got nowhere to get out, right? So the squirrel will crawl out of his fucking guts slowly but surely. So he would basically get killed by like a squirrel crawling out trying to survive, but eventually that squirrel would die too.
Mm-hmm.
And
squirrel don't realize it.
He would die from blood loss and his vitals is fucked up.
Yeah, I heard stories they used to do that with rats. They would like heat up like a place with rats and then with somebody's in it, and then rats would just like eat their way through a body or some shit. Some weird wild shit, man. I don't know. Man.
Humans it might have been rats. I might
I can see squirrels. I mean, squirrels are just rats with big ass tails. I mean, and eat acorns. But
what about raccoons?
Oh, they worse. They got thumbs too. Dude. They are dangerous.
I think raccoons might be so similar to humans.
Man, they're scary to me, man. They got thumbs. They hold shit like this, and they are wild, man. Them and possums. I don't like raccoons or possums. They scare the shit out of me.
So if you see a raccoon on the street, right, would you run it over automatically?
No, I ain't that awful, man. I hate them, but I don't hate them enough to like want to kill them. I just kind of like I don't like them in my area because they raccoons roaming through trash. There's been times when oh my god, I got so many stories about living in fucking Lithonia. It's not even funny. There was one time I was taking out trash in the middle of the night and I opened up my front door and there's a possum on my doorstep and it looked up and it was like fucking fangs and everything. I was like ah, and I slammed the door. That's just bruh, like possums scare the shit out of me. They got weird beady eyes and
yeah. Good man. That was a little test, but you're good.
I'm good. I passed.
You're good. You're a good human.
Yeah, I don't do that shit. I mean, I've hit a raccoon before, but it was by accident. What was really by accident? I did it on purpose because like sometimes when something's in your way in the road when you're driving, and you realize like, oh shit, if I move out the way, I might hit another car, or I might actually flip over. I had to make a choice like, okay, this big ass raccoon just jumped down the road. I have like X amount of seconds to dodge it. I was like, fuck it. And I just sped up but when I hit the raccoon, I looked at my rearview mirror. He was on his back kicking and he flipped up and then crossed the street. So that's good. Big ass raccoon. He's big as shit.
That's crazy because you told that story, right? And I have a story like about a damn squirrel getting ran over. So my sister, right, she was driving like this Toyota Camry. Maybe it was like a Toyota Camry, maybe a 96 model, right?
Oh.
I was sitting in the passenger seat. She was the driver. And then we were going to church, right? Polson Baptist Church. Well, it's a church in Fayetteville. And I remember saying, hey, that's crazy. There's like a cart up down the street. I was like, that would be crazy if you would hit that, right? That's wild. And I was sitting in the passenger seat, and she's fucking driving like, it's almost like she's like trying to like, it's like merging onto a highway. She's like, I was like, God damn, we're about to hit that.
Merge with traffic.
I was like, we're about to hit that cart. It was like this, like a,
why are you merging?
like a car, like a shopping cart. I was like, is this really happening right now? So she's like, right? And then we got so close to the car. I was like, holy shit, she's going to hit the car. She fucking hit that car like it was nothing. She fucking hit that car and then she merged in. I was like, holy shit, that was fucking crazy. And she was like, I didn't even see that car. I was like, oh my God. Like,
was it Bob?
It was Bob. And I was like, I thought I told you like a mile away. I was like, hey, that would be crazy if somebody hit that car, right? She like, hit that shit like nothing. It flew like it flew like to like the outside, the outskirts of whatever Fayetteville into woods. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like she did that, and she also killed a squirrel in a different
GTA,
a different scene. Yeah, a different scene. Like maybe a year back, she killed a squirrel with my dad's van. I'm gonna just call her out. Like she's crazy. Like we saw this squirrel, right? And I'm in the passenger seat. I'm always in the passenger seat, right? I'm in the passenger seat. And then boom, she drives around like this corner. She's like, I'm gonna just take it easy around this corner, right? She takes it easy around that corner. There's a squirrel, right? She runs over the squirrel. Damn, the squirrel, like, dude, I can look the rearview mirror, right? I look at the rearview mirror and I look at the side mirror on the car. Dude, that squirrel was like flopping around like a fish. I was like, oh my God. I was like, you fucking broke his spinal cord. Like, you destroyed his spinal cord. She ran over the squirrel, broke the whole spinal cord, shattered that shit. That squirrel has no future. That squirrel was done. And I was like, God damn. I was like, are we going to go to school on time?
Is it worth it? Wiping out the whole block.
That shit was crazy. Bob is wild.
You wipe it out.
Yeah.
Where were y'all guys going?
I think we were going to school. I don't know. I forgot. But she killed a squirrel that day. I remember. Broke the whole spinal cord. Everything. Like, she was like shot out. Like, squirrel was fucking.
This is tomorrow?
This is at like in my mom's neighborhood.
Oh, tiny ass street.
Tiny street, yep.
Yeah, I still remember the neighborhood. I remember Judith. I was gonna say the address, but yeah.
Judith
yeah,
holy shit, you know the address?
I remember the whole layout.
Yeah.
That is dangerous, Bob. That's a residential area.
Yeah, it was like a peaceful neighborhood. Little did we know, there's somebody out there running over squirrels.
That's why you got squirrels on them trees. I remember the whole layout of the neighborhood.
And you know, I always wondered every time I drive through neighborhoods, I was like, damn. And then I see like these dead squirrels. I was like, damn, like who be running these squirrels over? But then I think about it, I was like, it's my sister probably running these squirrels over. Right? Like, you don't even think twice. It's like, fuck it. R.I.P.
Oh, she is a little after South Honda. The dealership? Yeah. I just drove past that last time I was back in town.
Yeah, don't snitch on yourself, Bob. Squirrel killer. She's a squirrel killer.
Oh, she says you guys are helping Kelly move.
Man, her nickname might be SK, dude. She might be SK what? From now on.
That was the only time.
That was wild.
That's a small neighborhood too, man. Because I remember that area is like the neighborhood is kind of like it's bendy. It's got like turns.
It's not very like bendy. Yep.
I my neighborhood when I grew up in, mine was like one big ass circle. That's all. Mine was like one circle. So when I first ever came to your place, I was like, man, I gotta make a left and a right. And
it's so bendy, dude. It's crazy. I was like, dude, every squirrel is dying.
Damn, you got the your whole foot on the gas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad y'all made it.
I don't know about the squirrel though.
R.I.P. squirrel.
Mm-hmm. What else we got for tonight?
All
right, and we're back for the next topic for the night with Chris Unholy Jesus. Let's go.
It's a short topic. It's very short. I was actually trying to decide if I want to talk about it. It's very short. But there's actually going to be a meteor shower coming up. The reason why I want to talk about it is because I feel like the last space event we had, I completely missed out on because I didn't know it was coming until like the day of. With the the damn aurora showers. I'm pissed I missed that, man. I missed the Aurora Borealis. I missed all that. So, yeah, that's why I'm bringing this up because we got some meteor showers coming up on the forecast. and it says it's called the Perseids, the most popular meteor shower of the year. They're saying it's going to start actually running July 14th through September 1st. So we got a big ass window, folks, to check this out. So if you can't catch it on July 14th, you better see it anytime between July 14th and September 1st. But the big days you want to catch, they're saying you're going to see it better on this day. It's going to be August 11th, which is going to be on a Sunday. It says Sunday, August 11th through Monday, August 12th. You can see Perseids on any clear night from now through September, but you'll get the best chance on the peak of that night. So as a meteor shower come in, let's get it, man. I feel like I've always wanted to see a meteor shower, and I've always went outside to go look at the sky to see a meteor shower at night, and I've never seen it. So I'm trying to jump on this.
Well, what day you said it was?
It's gonna start July 14th and it's gonna go through September 1st. So what's today? What are we looking at today? Oh shit! It already started. It started yesterday. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I gotta keep up with stuff.
Through the 21st, right?
Yes. So it's July 14th through September 1st.
Oh, September 1st.
Yeah, September 1st. We got a big ass window for this. But August 11th, that Sunday of August 11th, is going to be the big day for where you can see it the most clearest. So if you want to try and do a date night or whatever, you're trying to do something big for your girl or for your man or something, get ready, get the blanket out. So
where would be the perfect place in the whole United States would be the best place for you to see this event?
Okay, so it says where to see Perseids. It says go far away from urban light pollution as possible, so stay away from cities, obviously. It says find a location clear, obstructed view of night view. I don't think there's a specific spot for it, honestly. 'Cause I think on Earth, because like I said, it's a big ass window, so it's like when nighttime shows up, just make sure you get like in the proper spot that you need to be in, because it's from July 14th to September 1st. Big ass window, but August 11th, it's kind of like August 11th and the 12th. So just go out at night. I don't think there's any specific spot because it's like it's Earth. It's not like a moon, because moon that's not like a fixated thing. It's just kind of like yo, you go to just see shit just falling past Earth, meteors. It's going on for almost damn near 2 months. It seems like. But August 11th is gonna be the big day to really catch it. So I don't think it's kind of like what state you need to be in so much. It's more of you just need to be prepared to go out at night. Because you're going to see it regardless of where you're at on Earth. Because the whole planet is going to witness this. So if it's dark, it says dress warmly, be patient, and watch for at least half an hour, preferably on a reclining chair or ground pad. Oh, I didn't think of that. It says, and it also talks about, too, it says, don't use telescope or binoculars. So don't use telescopes or binoculars. They greatly reduce your chances of seeing the shooting stars. Avoid looking at your cell phone or anything white light. It will destroy your night vision. Use red light only. So they're only giving tips on how to prepare your eyes for it, not where to be at. So this is like a global thing. You just got to be out there at night, make some time for it. From July 14th, September 1st. Go out there, man. August 11th, I'm trying to catch August 11th, though, because I never seen no meteor shower. I've tried. They tough to catch, man. It's very tough. And it's probably because I was on my damn phone looking at shit, so.
It's very tough. All of it. I think I missed all of it. I think I caught randomly. I caught like the SpaceX satellite.
Oh shit, for real?
Randomly, where I took Proton to go pee, I looked up in the sky. I was like, "Holy shit!" I saw like a stream of lights, like going across the sky, like a fucking. It looks so crazy.
You ever see the ISS? From like from like, but I remember one time on the news, it was like, ISS is gonna be flying over Georgia. Look up at this time, you'll see it circle around because like the only way you can really catch it is at night. And when you look up at the sky, you see like this bright ass dot just going through the sky between the stars and Earth and everything, just going. You're like, oh, and it's moving like, and that thing is flying like thousands of miles per hour. But you catch it like, oh shit, that is the ISS is rolling, man. Which they talking about taking that shit down now. I don't know how they gonna get it out to space. I really don't. They talking about bringing it down and they don't know how.
Yeah, NASA supposedly is offering like SpaceX like millions of dollars to bring down their own OSS from the sky.
Oh, good. What are they gonna attach? They probably gotta attach rockets to it or something because it's kind of just stuck out there, just floating around gravity.
Yeah, they're like, good luck, Elon, and you and your team. We're gonna give you billions of dollars. Please take it down for us.
Please,
Is that weird? That is weird, right?
Yeah, I don't know why NASA ain't got the money. Well, actually, ISS, is that like a, I don't know what countries, is it Russia or some shit?
It's everybody.
Yeah, everybody just kind of like pitches in on it. So now they got to go to SpaceX to outside source to bring it down. Which is very weird.
They're outsourcing it to SpaceX, and they're like, "Hey, SpaceX, we're gonna give you so much money. Can you take this shit out the sky for us,
please?" Even though we're in competition, that's a bad look, bro.
Please,
it's a bad look.
But like, can you take that shit out the sky for us? Like, and then however you're gonna do it, you take the blame for everything.
Yeah, right. Cause I don't see how this shit's gonna go good, man. This is massive.
Holy shit, fucking SpaceX, they blew up the OSS. This is like the only way they thought was like the best way to bring down the OSS.
It might be that, man. Like, look, if SpaceX takes like the success of it and can like kind of use it to like blow up their brand more, that's fine. But it seems like NASA's like you're saying like would rather just like, hey, we rather not gamble on this and let them like if this shit fails, this shit lands on fucking New York.
SpaceX to get all the deflective, negative, whatever shit from the whole.
Yeah, NASA's like, yeah, we can take an L on this one. We don't even want to try this like this W.
We're like, all right, we're gonna pay SpaceX to take all the damage. And Elon, good luck, Elon.
Good luck. Thanks. If this shit goes wrong, you better hop in a Tesla. NASA's probably like, if this shit goes wrong, you better hop in a Tesla and go to Mars with that other car you sent. It's gonna be a bad look if this shit goes wrong.
Yeah, it's so wild how they can like put Elon into all this mess, right? I was like, this dude is one person.
He's one man.
He is one person, dude.
He's weird. He's awkward. He's a lot of things. He's a lot of shit.
Yeah, and he's one person. He's awkward, and he plays like Diablo.
I'm cooking Diablo, man.
On the computer. Yeah, I was like, damn, like
OG, like
he's living like a normal person. Meanwhile, he has all these companies doing all this crazy shit. Like, oh, they're getting an offer from NASA to blow up that OSS. That's wild.
Yeah, we'll see how they're gonna get this motherfucker down. I'm scared, man. I'm like, please don't land on. Hopefully, it lands in the ocean. That's what they're probably banking on. But you gotta get the people off of that shit too. And then you gotta like, I don't think they're trying to crash it like a satellite. They gotta like, this is a delicate process. They gotta figure out how to bring this shit down without slamming into the damn ocean because ocean is very strong and powerful. It's not as soft like people think water is. This shit is probably worse than concrete when you smash into it. But they trying to, like bring it down like in a cradle and probably strip it for parts or some shit. I don't know, but we'll see, man.
Well, Bob said in the chat, she said a mountain. What are you talking about? Was that old?
Said what? Oh, Bob? What'd she say?
She said mountain.
That's all she said was mountain. That's it.
Yeah. I don't...
Oh, Bob.
Yeah, there's no context behind it. It's crazy.
It's big as a mountain, like ISS. It's no, I don't think it's that big. I don't know how big it is, but I can't be.
Look at the next thing she said. It's even worse. What it says? That's not even a real word. I'm pretty sure it's a typo. But what the fuck is a shiver?
You mean shower?
A shower? Mountain shower?
The O is next to the I.
That was a typo. That's a crazy typo. Mountain shower.
The O is next to the I. Oh, like a meteor shower?
A meteor shower. Damn.
We're playing a game show right now. What is going on here?
Yeah, I feel like we're on a game show. Jesus, and then she put the damn hashtag.
Yeah.
Hashtag, yeah.
What's going on here?
What is going on? This is crazy. Like, you think old people, like, they have, like, their own lingual of what's going on? And then, like, me and you, we're stuck in the middle. Like, holy shit. We don't understand what the old people are saying, and we don't understand what the young people are saying. Look at Bob. She's crazy, right? She says hashtag yeah, and then car. Like, that makes no sense.
Car drive.
Yeah, I think, like, her generation thinks, like, we know what they're thinking.
Damn.
Like, they type stuff, but then they think we know what they're talking about before they type.
Keep it short.
Yeah, it's like, hey, they should know what I'm talking about, right? So they type in a random word, like a car. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You get this.
Yeah, it's crazy. She's still
Help
going.
me.
She's like, drive. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's like we're playing a
Okay, so,
game.
I'm gonna try to break it down. It says, okay, I'm assuming she says meteor shower, yeah, and we need to take a car drive to go see it. That's what I think she might be. Maybe
How about type? Type what you're
she
talking about.
driving. Yes, see.
No, she's saying driving. That's crazy.
What
This is
going on?
crazy. I want to end this whole thing just because of this.
And that's it for my story. I got nothing else, so that's it. The end.
Yeah, that's so wow. It's so crazy. Like, I don't know. Maybe Bob.
All right, Bob. Yes, take a trip. I'm instant message. What?
This
What?
is crazy.
Is this a game?
I don't know. She's trolling now. She might be trolling. I don't know. Maybe she
Mount
might be trolling.
Schmeewer. Hashtag yeah. Car driving. I'm. It's like a
Holy
puzzle.
shit. You think she's being kidnapped right now?
Oh my god. Where's
How will
Jeremy?
we even save her? That's crazy.
Jeremy.
Look,
he
she's
at?
still going. She's like, I am.
I am
She-
what?
I am
drunk?
kidnapped?
Driving? Kidnapped?
What the hell?
Kidnapped?
Damn. Imagine she gets saved through like a damn Twitch chat. This is crazy.
What is this going on? I don't know what's
What the
happening.
hell is
You might
going
want to
on?
call her.
Okay, my phone is going off.
Is Bob calling?
No. This is my Ring camera now. Alright, Bob, you're kidnapped. Alright, thank you guys for thank you. Okay, she's
I'm
driving.
done.
Alright, she's driving, she's safe. Alright, thank you guys
Okay,
for joining us tonight for this podcast, episode 192. We'll catch you guys next week on Tuesday. Tuesday, is that good? Before you come back in town?
Ooh, shit, my anniversary's next Tuesday.
Ooh.
Fuck.
Alright, so
I'll let you know what's up.
okay. I'm gonna get somebody to
And I'm
fill
going
in,
out of town. Actually, let me take off next week because I'm actually going to be out of town next Thursday as well. And I'll see you next week.
okay.
So I'll see you on the 30th, I guess, next episode. My anniversary next on the 23rd. I gotta.
Alright. Well, we're gonna
I
be.
didn't even realize that. Shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. Maybe we'll get somebody to fill in for next week on Tuesday. I think somebody can fill in for Tuesday.
Sure.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, thanks,
are
man.
good.
I just looked at the calendar. I got on the side. I was like, anniversary day. I was like, the 23rd. Oh shit, that's a Tuesday. I didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah, we are good. I'm gonna get somebody to fill in for the next Tuesday, and then I see you next week, personally.
Yes.
Right, live.
I'll be there. Yes,
Yeah,
man.
and then if you guys want to know what's going on, follow our social media. I'm
Jeremy.
pretty sure I'm gonna be posting some pictures on the stories for when Chris is in town.
I'm back, baby. Bob, Jeremy, Judy, everybody's invited. So yeah, we're doing a rooftop party on the 27th of July. That night, we're gonna be in Midtown.
There you go. Yep. Everybody's working today, but we're gonna be there.
Oh shit, my bad. Everybody's working
Where
this
you-
Saturday. Oh.
No, we're gonna be there. Bob's gonna be there. Catch you guys next week. Peace out. Adios.
Hey guys.